Welcome back to Fighting Hurts. Now, we know Lee Alice is in the final, but who's he going to be facing? It's time to get the second semi-final underway as JD Hilton takes on Dyson Roberts.
My name's JD Hilton, I'm 27 years old, I'm a physiotherapist and I'm living in Leicester.
JD, why do you want to become a cage fighter?
I've had quite a few struggles in my life and I found that through my athletic ability, me pushing myself further and further, it's made me a better person.
You're articulate, you're educated, but you also want to fight.
A lot of people think MMA is just for like meatheads, for brutes, for people who just want to kick people's head in, and yeah, part of it is that, but there is also part of it for true competitive athletes.
Come on! Feel the pain! Come on!
At the audition, obviously, making all those shouting noises and acting like a beast, it was a bit for show, but I have actually got a very aggressive and sort of dark nature. The first wrestling match I had in the cage at Team Titan, it was against Dyson.
Yes! Come on, almost, come on!
And he did actually come off the victor in that battle, but at the end of the day, I was in there to learn. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been training quite hard. I've been out running quite a lot, running really early in the morning when it's still dark, stars are still out. Feels like it gives me sort of advantage that I'm training when I know probably my opponent's actually sleeping. I run quite a lot and I think running helps me. It's almost like a moving meditation for me. I normally run by myself or with a couple of training mates and we just run out of the city into the countryside where it's quieter, and yeah, you can think more about your life and reflect a lot on your experiences and how you want to grow and change. Nothing like a good run to sort you out. We were actually at Chris Pyatt's gym in Leicester. About 5 years ago, I stepped into the gym and within, I'd say 6 or 7 months, I was just winning boxing matches. It's been hard because obviously I've worked full-time as well, so trying to train before work and after work, a bit of a struggle, but done my best.
JD's a very hard worker. He's always training, always up running. I mean, just recently he broke his hand and he was still running every day, coming down the gym, training his other hand. Everyone looks up to him in the gym.
I think it was Abraham Lincoln said that if you had 6 hours to chop down a tree, spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe, and that's what I've been doing, preparing. So I'm ready, and I'm ready physically, I'm ready mentally.
My name's Dyson Roberts, I'm 26 from West London. Gave my job up in the city to train full-time in MMA. When I first walked in and they put the spotlight on me, I was like, oh my God, it was a bit intense.
Great intensity on that. You've obviously got a bit of star quality. It's coming out already. The weight is an issue. I
was so light compared to the weight they wanted me to be. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Seriously, I'd love you to be in the show, but you need to put on some weight.
Because I was like 80 key, 81 key, and it's a light heavyweight show. So I've been eating like a pig for the last 2 weeks, non-stop. I've done a stone so far in 2 weeks just through eating. At first, it was hard. First week in it, my mood changed, I felt nostalgic. I was having tantrums left, right and centre.
Dyson Roberts weighs in at 83 kilos.
Right, I just come here today to work on my ground game, my shooting. It's my same Goju instructor. Right, I started from a karate background from my early teens to late teens. I do enjoy the training, even when it's hard, even when I get hit, even when I'm panting, even when I want to cry. I'm still enjoying it.
What I'm hoping Dyson will bring to this fight is a dogged determination not to fail and prevail against what is going to be a tough fight.
Grew up in one of the most grimiest estates in the whole of London. Spent a couple of years getting in and out of trouble and that, then I sort of got back on the straight and narrow. Started training with my pal Titch. This is my pal Titch. He helps me with my boxing.
He's got natural talent, full of heart, full of character. As long as I don't get into one of his strops, he'll be all right.
Well, when it hits, it hurts, so I'm sure no one can hurt me. JD's a good fighter. Yeah, well, I've taken him down before. He didn't seem to have much power in comparison to me, but I don't know, it might be part of his game plan. He might try just to make out as if he's not so good. When he gets in there, he's just an animal, but we'll see.
It's been a great journey. Now that I'm actually close to the final, it's become a bit more real for me. I've always been a fan of MMA, but to be honest, I never realised how much skill is involved in it, how hard the training is and how difficult it is, and I've got more and more respect now for a lot of MMA fighters.
JD, from
From the beginning of the show, we all thought that this is the man. He's going to floor everybody.
You know, clean cut, nice guy, bring him home to your mum, show him for dinner. But wow, when he gets in the cage, he can switch, and that's the beauty of JD.
He's shown that he is a fighter, that he can change from being a decent physiotherapist into an absolute animal in the cage as well.
He's someone who you'd be happy to represent you, either as a sponsor or even a promoter. An excellent ambassador for the sport.
I'm still in slight disbelief. I never thought I was going to get picked for the show because of my weight, and now I'm here, and the next fight in front of me, so yeah, quite happy, proud of myself.
Almost cocky, hopefully not in his fighting, but cocky as a person, and that's what people want to see.
Everybody kind of loves him. As soon as he walks in, all the girls are twinkling, all the eyes are going. He's a cheeky chappy from London, you know, smiles all the time.
If you looked at him, covered in tattoos, gangster type stuff on his back, but as it turns out, he's a real good character. He's now clean living, training hard. MMA can do this to people. It can take them off the wrong route and put them on a correct path. You know, not to righteousness, but just to doing something positive with your life.
Dyson, I see you training there with Gav. You look really confident, still smiling, still beaming. How do you feel inside, though?
Well, the nerves are there, obvious they're bound to be, but I'm confident, excited for the fight. I'm not that cocksure to say 100%, but I'm confident. I think I will win the fight.
You know, all the way through the series, you've been smiling, happy, but now, is this the new Dyson, the serious Dyson?
No, not at all. I'm always trying to keep my spirits up and people around me, try and be happy, but it's nearing the fight now, so I've got to be serious. I've got to take it seriously.
You must have a prediction.
Predicting is I think I'm going to knock him out with an elbow.
Knock him out with an elbow?
Give it a go.
Come on, even I don't think that. If I was you, I wouldn't stand with a guy who's got 6 inches longer reach.
I'll take that on board, Dave.
That's it, always take it on board. You heard it first. JD, we're at the semi-finals today. How do you feel it's going to go today for you?
I have no idea. I mean, I think it's just going to have to be one of those things that I just play out. I mean, Dyson's a great opponent to have. I'm going to treat it like a final, so I'm just going to give it my all and see how it turns out.
What is your game plan?
My game plan is basically just to adapt to what's happening in the ring. I mean, I can have a game plan to try and keep it at range, but if in 2 seconds he's taken me to the ground, I just want to be able to adapt quickly and just do my best.
JD, all I can wish you is best of luck.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Of course, you've all been sitting there waiting for a fight, so we're going to give you one. It's time for the second semi-final, JD versus Dyson.